We are live. Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
That's good. Okay, let's first let's promote this. Let's do this. Let me
Are we
do
doing the
some
needful
promotion.
now?
Yeah. Yes, we gotta do the promotion for now, and then so that people can join our live stream, right? And also, I don't know, something happening with my Twitter right now. I every day I feel like I'm shadow banned. Sorry. Hi guys. Today I'm with a special guest, and it's Luna, my good friend. And then, do you want to do like a self intro quickly?
Hi, I'm Luna. I'm Mina's friend. That is my job.
No, no, no. Tell people what you really do. Okay, come on. You are really good at like white hat hacking. You're really good at security. Tell everyone like what's your true expertise. Of course,
Hello.
being made
That's
as friend is one of the important jobs. But today, okay, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Luna. I'm the co-founder of Zelic. I also used to like play a lot of CTFs, and me and my co-founder Jazzy founded the CTF team called Perfect Blue, and then that team became the number one team in the world. So that's kind of like my background. Then I did vulnerability research. So I hacked iPhones, and then me and Jazzy started Zelic. So that's my life story.
Oh wow, that's a lot of information. So for your for your team achievement, like what was the ranking again for the CTF stuffs?
Number one. We
Okay,
were
okay, okay. Mm. Continue,
oh yeah,
continue.
we were number one in 2020, 2021, and then also 2023 as part of Blue Water. Yeah.
But you could have gone professional with that, right? If you were number one as a team.
There's no money in CTFs. Well, like there is like a little bit, but like you can't feed yourself off of it. So, and plus like we wanted to everyone grows up and gets a career at some point. It's
True.
not like
So,
esports. Yeah.
mm. And when you, I actually want to hear the hacking iPhone story a little bit more because I never heard you talk about it. Do you want to shed a little bit more light on that?
Well, I mean, most of it's under like some pretty big NDAs, but the long story short is, yeah, back in college, I was really curious how like government agencies are able to unlock iPhones. So I looked it up, and there are these companies called back then it was called Grayshift. Another one's called Celebrite, and I was looking for an internship at the time. I was 19 years old, so I interviewed at a few places. This was in November, and it was pretty late in the recruiting cycle, which I only found out afterwards. So you're supposed to like email recruiters and apply to companies like in August, um, which I think is crazy because like you're gonna get the internship from like May through August. So like, why are you applying as soon as like your first internship is done? Right. But anyways, apparently you're
Yeah.
supposed to do that. And by the time the recruiters got back to me, they're like, yeah, sorry, but like all of our interview slots are full. So, I was 19, I just wanted to work at Microsoft or something. And then now I'm like, shit, I have no job this summer. So then I just post on Twitter like, hey guys, I'm looking for an internship. And I'm just like begging by posting my resume on Twitter. But lo and behold, it actually worked. And someone from Grayshift reached out to me and they were like, hey, do you want to intern here? And I was really amazed by that
Wow.
because I had heard about these people by this point. I was like, huh. Um, and I looked up a little bit more about them. I'm like, so you're saying that I'm going to get to work with like some of the smartest vulnerability researchers in the entire world. And they actually happen to be based out of my hometown in the suburbs of Atlanta. Or at least they were back
Yeah.
then. But then I was like, yeah, sounds sick. I can like go live with my parents for a summer, not pay rent, and then just like hack all day and night and then just like eat mom's cooking when I go home. I mean, that's a pretty sick deal. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so I was really curious about like how that stuff works and how that world works, and that was my foot in the door for how I got into vulnerability research. The year
Wow.
after that, I like 1.5 years later, I graduated, and then I was choosing between a few job offers, and I ended up going with a company called Dataflow Security, which is co-founded by Luca. Uh, his Twitter username is Corey and he's like one of the legendary jailbreak people from all the way back in the day. And the pedigree of some of the people who work there is crazy. So I was very, very privileged to be able to work there full time. Ultimately, a few months into that job, Zoic got really successful, and we closed our first big contract, which was with Layer Zero, and that was the moment that I knew that it was time to quit my job. So yeah, I called
Mm.
my parents, I called my family, and I was like, "Hey, like, do you think this is like a crazy idea?" And they're like, "No, you should like follow your dreams." So thanks, mom. So yeah,
Mm.
that's kind of like my whole spiel.
That's so great. Hello, I see some audience saying hello, hello, our audience. And Luna, thank you for sharing your story, right? I
Are
didn't
we
know your
supposed to
first
like are we supposed to like tweet this or something? Like, what am I supposed to do? I've never done one of these.
You should retweet. That's what I told you in the first 3
Okay,
minutes.
okay. What's your Twitter? What's your Twitter? I don't.
You should be already tagged.
Okay,
But
hold on,
anyways,
I need to find this in my notifications.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm kind of shadow banned by Twitter, so I don't know what's going on with my like Twitter situation.
Wait, are you shadow banned? Let me see. I can
Mm.
try to like log in on my alt and see if I can like find you in the search. If you're findable in the search, that means you're not shadow banned.
So they just like deprioritizing my tweets or something like that.
I don't think you're shadow banned. I think that wow, 31 views is really low. I wonder how that. Yeah, they might be like deboosting your tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is
kind
there
of
any
cooked.
way we can? I know. I have been trying to figure out like how to reboost my tweets in a way, but I try to like reply to more of my friends, trying to like engage. But it's okay. I think maybe after several days it will be fine. I don't know what triggered that deboost though.
Has it been like this for a while?
For I think like 5 days, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Is your Twitter account verified? Did you like pay for Twitter Premium?
I did. Is this a live stream about Luna helping Mayna reboosting her Twitter? Okay, let's do it.
I
Yeah,
thought the
it's
purpose of
paid.
live stream is to be entertaining for our viewers.
It's paid. It's paid. I paid for the monthly like blue checker for Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is entertaining. Anyways, and then I also let's see what else I tried. I tried to send more tweets. I also tried to follow like trendy topics, but I guess like I also tried to reach out to Twitter people, say, hey, you guys help me to check it, like am I shadow banned? And they say we never shadow ban people or debost people. That's what the official like.
Yeah, but that's like bullshit.
I know. So I'm like, okay, there's no way I can figure out like right now. Let's just like wait a little bit. And people was like, oh, this sucks, but you like everybody kind of like experienced that period.
Yeah.
Let's go back to security. So when you say your I first of all, I didn't know your first like security audit was with Layer Zero, but that's
No, it
great.
wasn't. It wasn't. That was our first big like contract.
Contract. But how did you land it?
So that's a funny story actually. So um a few weeks before that, this is in 2022.
Mm.
There was a bridge called Wormhole. I'm sure you've heard of it, and then it
Yes.
got hacked. This was
Yeah.
like the really big one. It was like 300 million or something like that.
Mm.
And I happened to be friends with Sam CZ's son. So uh, we heard about this and he just like, I texted like, I'm like, yo, are you looking at this? He's like, yeah, you want to hop on a Discord call? So we jumped on a Discord call and we're just like working on this over screen share and we're reverse engineering this exploit. And we eventually like figure out what's going on. So Sam like writes up a huge tweet thread. He gets dragged in the war room at some point. He ends up running a big tweet thread, basically explaining how it works. It was essentially, if I remember correctly, it was that it didn't verify a system account for something, and then because of that, you can specify like a fake system account in the program call, and then that's how they were able to hack Wormhole. So then Sam, credited us in the tweet, and then uh, Michelle from Sequoia, she actually was she was helping Layer Zero because they were looking for auditors, and she saw this thread and she was like, "Whoa, these two kids are like up and coming. You got to like talk to Luna and Jazzy." So they introduced us to Layer Zero, who I guess were quite impressed by us because they were very disappointed with all the auditors they had tried at that point.
Mm-mm.
And they just said, "Okay, we'll give them a shot," and then
Wow.
the rest is history. Yeah.
Wow, Luna. Oh, this is such a underdog story. Sorry, I'm really sick. But Luna, if seriously saying like what's your edge and Jesse's edge in terms of white hat hacking or helping people to audit? Is it because you guys are just better at like smart contract auditing and as well as all the like backend system auditing? Or is it because like you guys have a better sense of like where to look for the bugs or you guys just smarter? Like like what's your honest opinion on this?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think a
Mm,
lot of our success comes from the fact that, like, well, here's an example. Like at Zelic, we don't really hire people. We generally don't, or very rarely hire people from like within crypto. Pretty much all the
mm,
people we hire are people that we personally know, or someone who already works at Zelic has known for several years. And the reason for that is because we hire people for like being good at security in general. We hire people who have like a vulnerability research background, people who have like a really long track record in like Web2 bug bounty. And the reason for that is for a really long time, Web3 security was just kind of like not very good. So we found that it was much more effective to take people who are like extremely good at security from like really hard targets like iOS, Android, Linux kernel, Windows, or like Chrome or Safari, and then take those people and have them do like Web3 audits and teach them like blockchain. It was easier to do that than to teach blockchain people how to be good at security. And I think that's one of the reasons that we were so good at the start. We were just far ahead of everyone else, in my opinion. Is that
mm,
like we were one of the few teams in the space that actually had like actual experience building outside of Web3 and hacking stuff outside of Web3.
mm. And then
I think it's
I
the same
think
reason that a lot of teams like
mm,
today that come out of like trading firms, they're so strong at engineering because those companies have extremely rigorous engineering practices and cultures. Oh my God, is that a cat?
yes. He's just like very, very needy in terms of attention. But um but right now there are so many like different auditing firms. And then I think a lot of users, right, when they go to a DeFi protocol or they go to any kind of protocol, they will rely on those like smart contract audit report. But we all know, say first of all, different companies they have different methodology of like conducting auditing report, right? So getting a stamp from like different auditing firms doesn't necessarily mean this protocol is 100% safe. And then I mean, as a user, like, what's your recommendation of say, oh, how do we distinguish whether Luna, Luna, where are you? Oh my God, we lost Luna. Okay, let me text you. Okay, I think I
I don't know
lost
what
you
happened.
temporarily. It says like device not connected. Okay, where were we?
All right.
I was asking my question right. As a retail user, say if they go to a DeFi protocol or any kind of protocol and they see maybe 10 different auditing reports, right, conducted at different time, how
Yeah.
do they distinguish or whether this is a quality auditing report or not?
Uh, I mean, in my head, I have a tier list. I can't say
Okay.
the tier list because it's my policy to not talk about other auditing firms in general.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
So I assume Zalek is on tier one, tier one.
yeah, I
And
think we're S.
how many tiers are there in your mind?
I mean, I think there's like top tier, there's like good, and then everything else is just like bad.
Bad. Can you give like our general reasons why they're bad?
Yeah, I mean, they miss bugs. And worst of all, they miss bugs that are simple and should not be missed. Like access control, input validation, these are bugs that people shouldn't miss. I think that like firms whose performance has been historically worse than like AI tools is generally just like in my like kind of like in my like pretty bad list. Yeah, so in
And
summary, I think there's three tiers. I think there's like top tier, there's like okay, and then there's like not good at all.
Is there anywhere users can find those tiers? I know you cannot share, but I'm pretty sure there will be some people already share. Like, is there any forum or specific like groups that users can join to learn more about like security auditing standard practices?
Um, there's this like Telegram group chat that's pretty popular called ETH Security, and I think like a lot of or most of like the crypto like security industry, most of the people who work in crypto security are in there.
But
But
me
it's
as
also
a
like a really big group chat, so it's kind of noisy. Yeah,
me as a normal person, can I join?
yeah, you can join it. I mean, it's a public group chat.
Okay, sure. Like when you have a chance, please share. Because I remember like when I was building my last company, and there was a time like my last company, there's some like security issue. We really want to figure it out, and I start to reach out to people, and almost like within like 3 or 5 minutes, and then like we got the contact with like CO 911, and then they start
Hmm.
to help us with that like security issue. So generally
Hmm.
speaking, I think like for all the security experts or like really really good like what hackers in the space, they are really super responsible, and they will respond to all your like I guess like questions very quickly. So it's not like what people think, oh, they are far from reaching. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Like whenever something big happens, that they will always be the first one to be the firefighter and to help you as much as possible. I I want to talk a little bit about like what happened, I guess like last week or 2 weeks ago. Balancer got hacked again. I know Luna, you told me like you weren't the one who like directly handled the war room situation, but can you share a little bit more of your thoughts on this exploit? I mean, they have been like hacked for what 5 times now. Yeah. First of all, maybe give us a debrief of like what how Zalek was engaged during that hack.
I mean, we are the security provider for a very large number of protocols, chains, and foundations at this point. So,
Mm,
as you can imagine, there were quite a few of our clients who were indirectly affected. And what I mean by that is that have a fork of Balancer that wasn't like affected in the hack, but they want to know, are we affected? Do we need to upgrade? Do we need to pause? And if so, like what are the steps that we need to take to like secure our TVL? So I think for the first 24 to 48 hours, we were just heads down grinding, reviewing the code for all of our clients that might be affected, that are like forks of Balancer or forks of Curve, um, to check whether they're affected or not. Luckily, I'm pretty sure that if anyone's affected, nothing bad happened, which is very good.
so was Balancer one of your clients or not really? Just like all the other people who
No,
were
no, no, we
using
didn't
the
audit
hack.
Balancer. Yeah.
Ah,
Balancer was audited by Trail of Bits. Yeah, but then according to Trail of Bits' statement, if you check their audit report, they actually like identified like a few like rounding like inconsistencies in the original report. Um, so whether like who like whether uh like the way like how to interpret this is still like not 100% clear. What is clear is that it was like a loss of precision issue.
mm. So basically, we are saying maybe potentially some of their auditors have already pointed out the potential issue. It's just Balancer have not adopted fully the suggestions provided by the auditors.
Well, I read the audit report, and at the time, like no one was really sure like how this could be exploited. So it was kind of left as more of a like informational point about like, hey, like the rounding here is like inconsistent with the rest, but we're not sure like how this would actually affect the protocol.
And then till today, like, I mean, I haven't followed up closely, but I don't think anyone else have given more details on like why it's being exploded or like what's the after plan. Do you know more insights on this?
I mean, uh, I think we have a pretty good idea of like how the hack happened and what was the vulnerability. I don't know exactly what the remediation is going to be because that's probably like something that the Balancer team is working on with SEAL 911 and law enforcement and so on.
Oh, by the way, Luna, I think like you might need to adjust your microphone a little bit. It is making some noise.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
but it's okay. It's just like every single time you move, it makes like a like
Oh
that sound.
yeah, it's using my laptop microphone. I can switch to my AirPods.
By the way, Luna, before we jump into next like security question, how was your Japan? How is your Japan trip so far?
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. I'm just here for the next 1 to 2 weeks.
And which city are you exactly in right now?
I was in Sapporo for a bit. We had like a team offsite there. Everyone at Zolik had been begging us to like have an offsite in Japan, so we're like, okay, we're gonna do it finally. So we decided on Sapporo. Then right now I'm in Tokyo because I figured I'd tack on like a quick trip here because I'm already on this side of the ocean. And then me and Jazz are gonna go play CTF in Nanjing in I think 1.5 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that.
Is that like a competition?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. What's your guys' goal? Are you guys gonna get the championship again, or what is it?
We're gonna have fun playing CTFs.
Okay.
Very wholesome.
Very wholesome. Have a lot of fun. I mean, you know, we talk about this, right? Also like going like traveling and spending time in Japan. It's just like so pure and so wholesome. It
Yeah.
makes you forget everything about crypto and just like be chilling there. Like mind your own business, eat the good food. What you
I'm not sure
disagree?
about that because
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
still working. Except now my back hurts because I don't have like a desk or like a monitor, so I'm like slouching over my laptop for like 8 hours a day. And
I'm
so, but
curious. Mm,
I will say the food is very
mm,
good, and I
mm.
love the fact that like I can just go outside and eat like delicious food whenever I want. In New York, it's very inconvenient actually. This is
Yeah.
like a hot take I'm willing to die on. I think New York is nowhere as convenient as most Asian cities. And the reason for that is that like um if you want like good food in New York after like 10 p.m., you're not gonna really find it. Like there's pretty decent food at like 6 p.m., but like most days I'm working from like 1 p.m. to like 11 p.m. or midnight or later. And then if it's like 1 AM, I'm trying to eat something, it's not gonna happen. Or even if it's 10 PM, it's probably not gonna happen in a lot of places.
I agree. I agree. I 100% agree. I think I've said this many times during my live stream, during my on my Twitter. I'm like, the live quality that you can get in New York versus Asia, paying the same
Yeah, yeah.
amount is so different.
No, no,
Like
no,
in
no,
New
not
York,
like not even paying the same. I mean, that's impossible because the cost of living, the currency exchange, the economy, whatever. I mean, like even if you were making like the median, like even if you had like you can get a better quality of life for less. It's like crazy.
yeah, I know. So I definitely recommend some everybody to travel in Asia if like you have been living your life in North America for your whole life. And I remember there was one day I replied to one of the famous people's tweet because that person was saying he cannot stay in New York City 365 days. He will like split time. And I was like, yeah, I usually split my time between New York and Asia, like 60-40. So 60% in New York and 40 in Asia. And there was this mad guy, he was like, "Shame on you!" Like da da da. I'm like, what did I do? It's literally like crazy. But the reason why I say like you should try to travel to Asia cities or countries is because it really give you a more diversified perspective of life, and you will get to know like the power of like money, like the spending power is completely different in Asia with a better quality of service and food. Okay.
Yes, I mean, I agree 100%. I feel like this is just an obvious conclusion. Like you go to any like major Asian city and you're gonna be like, wow, like the streets are clean, like people like don't like litter, trains run on time, food is good and like affordable. Like I mean, I think that if you have like a good income in these countries, I think you can have like a very good quality of life.
Mm,
Of course, I think like we have like the privilege of being, tourists. I know that, for example, like overworking is very common in Asian countries, and we have the luxury of like not having to work at a local company, right? Because we work like remotely either for our own company or for like an American company.
True. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to think about like how you make your life the best, right? And then you will have the luxury or the mindset to think about how you improve the life for others. So I would always say like if you have an opportunity, like always arbitrage a bit. but
Yeah.
but but I mean, uh may I guess like just a quick like side question before I get into the AI agent security, which I think a lot of people are very curious. By the way, you said a lot of people are at your company are excited about this like company offsite. Like what's the composition of your company? You said you mainly hire people from Web2 experts who have experience in terms of like security vulnerability testing. Like what's there like are they all coming from North America? Are they all like around the world? Like is it hard to gather them all together for this like company offsite?
Yeah, we're very distributed. We hire people all across the world. I think our policy is that we just look for the best talent, period, and we hire them as long as there's no like legal problem with it. Yeah.
And then I assume a lot of people want to work for Zalek because you guys are the S tier, the best auditing firm in the space. Like, what's the best way to capture your attention and get hired? Say they don't know you at all.
I don't know, when
Luna, I lost you again. Oh my. I think there's definitely some internet issue that's there's down definitely some international internet issue happening with Luna. Let me ping. Okay. What happened? Is it because of internet or is it because of device setting
I don't know,
configuration?
it's probably because the internet. Like, I'm in this, like, very, like I'm in this, like, very Pepega Airbnb where the internet is, like, not very good. I get, like, 4 megabits up and down. It's, like, pretty crazy.
I mean, you are not giving us a lot of confidence. Like, if you're doing your job, how do you ensure you have like a stable internet? Because this is a question I always have when I go back to Asia too. Like, it's hard, especially if you go back to China, right? Then you need to deal with VPN all the time, and I always get very mad. Like, I always want to flip the table. I'm like, what's going on? I need to get on this call as soon as possible. So actually, I was trying like Google Fi. I think Google Fi is okay for like a couple countries if you set up like the hotspot.
Yeah. Google
Okay.
Fi is very good. I like Google Fi.
Anyways, let's cross our fingers that like for the remaining of this live stream, Luna will be good. But I do think Luna, you are very good at like live streaming. I definitely recommend you to try out more. And before you even told me you were a streamer. Come on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be a streamer. I like streaming, it's fun.
Yeah, people you are very genuine. You talk about the things that you really have passion with and then you share. This is like the most fundamental best quality for being a streamer. So I definitely would love to do more streaming with Luna together.
I
And I
think
would try to
you can sum it up quite nicely as you're very autistic.
what why? What no, what do you mean? What do you mean?
You are very genuine. You love talking about things you're passionate about. I forgot the third one. Like this is like isn't it just like being like kind of autistic? It's like just little
Good at
tidbits.
sharing. I said good at sharing, right?
Oh,
Talk
have you heard autistic people talk about their fucking special interests? Like they love sharing, bro.
okay, I thank you, Luna. I mean, okay, first of all, whenever my friends say, Maina, you're autistic, I will always say, I'm not autistic. So I never even look up like what's the definition of being autistic. And
Mhm.
then now as more and more people saying I'm autistic, I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm autistic, and then I got kind of give up. Maybe I take it as a compliment. I like why when people say you're autistic, like what's the downside of being autistic? I don't know.
Mm. I think there are a few downsides. I mean, like, for one,
Mm,
is like
mm,
autistic people experience sensations very intensely. For example, like things that are like mildly like uncomfortable for non-autistic people can be very like uncomfortable for autistic people. Or things that are like not even noticed at all. I think they can be like very bothersome, especially like sensations like temperature,
mm.
pressure, or like uh textures, stuff like that. I think that can be very intense. Or, loud noises. Yeah. There I think
Mm.
another downside is like um obviously like difficulties like socializing or like empathizing with people. I think that can be like something that is very challenging for autistic people.
Okay, I see your point. I guess I mean, I always tell myself I'm not having problems socializing or emphasizing with people. I'm just keeping it to myself. Okay. Anyways, I agree to some degree that like I guess like for emotional side of things, you do experience it to a more detailed level compared to other people. Anyways, let's continue. We got too distracted. Uh,
Yeah.
um So for AI agent security, I mean, there are I think many tools that are helping people to identify early opportunities or even help people to capture and execute on top of early opportunities especially in crypto space, right? You see people building AI bots on top of Polymarket where there are tools that say, oh, those are all the smart wallet addresses we are following. Those are their win rate based on the historical data. And then here is a newly prediction on, okay, this newly bad they just placed on Polymarket. How likely is it going to win? How risky is it going to win? And there are some other bots who are just mainly intense driven bots. Say users, they just need to type in their intention. Maybe I wake up, right? I don't know anything about crypto. I'm a user. I just say, hey, can you help me to buy the top 10 most promising cryptocurrency using my 10K and then spread it across different chains so that it's safe? And then the AI bot's gonna start to analyze the crypto market and try to do the execution using some underlying tools. Or another kind, I don't know if you have like monitored the recent market. It's there's a competition that's set up by North AI. Basically, they compete. They build like AI trading bot using 6 to 7 different AI models that include Grok, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Quinn. It's all the most trending like AI bots or agent right now. And then they have show you the real time like I guess the trading competition. I can let me pull it up quickly, so that you know what exactly I'm talking about. But essentially, going back to my original question, it's like there are so many available AI tooling that helps people to execute and make decisions, especially for their like financial decision or personal decisions. How first of all, like what do you think of from from a security perspective, like what are your general thoughts? Should people be concerned about their data security, their wallet security, or it's still too early to say it?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, like, I think privacy is like a huge issue um when it comes to AI, right? Because whenever you type stuff into ChatGPT, that goes to their servers, and um, you don't really have like a strong guarantee on how long that data will be retained there. In fact, like there's a pretty good case to be made that like the data has to be retained perhaps indefinitely because OpenAI is in a lawsuit with the New York Times right now. So I think privacy and like data security is definitely like a risk. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, this has been all over Twitter, all over CT.
Yeah. So actually, like me and my CTO, we have been trying to set up our own trading bot to see how it works. And actually, we test out like for a couple of hours. It's pretty good. We didn't have time to continue the exploration, but we will be doing more exploration on that. And then for so is it just like data security? How about execution? Because I mean, we also see other projects who are building kind of an infra layer where they kind of manually write all the codes and the configuration for different DeFi protocols, right? Either for the bridge or for a spot trading, like they use a DEX to convert their cryptocurrency, or even they use some perp DEX to open some like orders is and then essentially like the ChatGPT or whatever AI agent they're using will output a format of data which will be part of the decision and then they connect all that. Like do you think that introduce like one more layer of security concern for the overall system?
Um, if I'm understanding your question correctly, it's basically saying
Mm,
there are all of these new AI-based tools that essentially like connect like an AI agent or some kind of like AI to a wallet. How does that introduce security risks, if any? Is
yes.
that your question?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for the translation. Correct.
So I think that the risks that this brings along are twofold. The first is like obviously anything that has access to funds might lose those funds, whether that is like through a private key being exposed, like or just like actually I'm not exactly sure how most of these AI products like integrate into a wallet. I think the way that I've seen is like you just like put money into like the AI and then it like does trades for you. So obviously like how are your keys like stored? Like how does this happen on chain? Because like all that really matters is like where are the keys and like what happens on chain? How does it work? Right.
Mm, mm,
If there's smart
mm,
contracts, there could be risks in that smart contract. Um, I'm actually curious how a lot of these systems work because I haven't really looked into it.
mm,
But
mm,
I would
mm,
imagine there are like potential security risks, right? Yeah.
mm.
And I think the other aspect is just like the economic risk of like, okay, what if like the AI does something like really stupid and like loses a
Right.
bunch of money?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
there's like no way to like really guarantee against that other than by like reviewing all of its trades, right?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So I can speak from my own personal experience. Since like I'm building like products that not exactly using AI, but we do deal with like wallet security. So I think like users when you going to use a potential tool, you need to figure out like how are they creating all those wallets for you and how those wallets like private key are stored. Uh for my company like Sprout, we are using Privy as our smart wallet like infra underlying. So so whenever you register with your email, we will create a smart contract wallet for you on behalf of you. But that being said, all the wallet like private key, the storage, like the configuration is all handled by Privy. I know Privy have spent lots of money on their team infrastructure where they ensure the sharding as well as the storage of the wallets or it's all like independent operation. So that means like Privy can they also cannot have like I think nobody can kind of have your access to your private key except you for yourself. Okay, I see Luna smiling. But anyways, but
I'm always smiling.
with that being said, I think like it's definitely a no-no if like your AI tooling is just like generating like the wallets by themselves without giving you much more transparency on how those wallets are generated. And then on the other side, for the execution part, you should also understand like what specific smart contract function they are calling to move those assets. Because from our side, it's more like, oh, we have this function called server wallet, and then it's essentially the smart wallet is giving special permission to the smart contract that Sprout has, but it's a limited permission where say, oh, the money can only move to those like protocols or can only move in those specific ways. You have limitations on the actions, and then you act on behalf of the users. But for the economic loss, I think this is more of a mathematics or logical question, right? So you said a couple of rules you code, and then you make sure, okay, there's no edge cases, and then before the AI agent is making even any decisions, it need to check all those different rules as well as the mathematic functions, go through everything, make sure, oh, it's not wronging you, and then action upon you. I my personal opinion is like I still wouldn't trust the AI agent to make decisions on user funds fully at the current point, even though it's developing at a very fast pace every single day. But I generally think like there are it's the all the tooling available or the underlying infrastructure is not very stable. On the other side, I there are some simple problems that we still haven't like figured out quite. I don't know how Luna you think about it. I want to hear your thoughts, right? For example, if I want to deal with a bridging solution, right? Then I don't know if any vendors are have write those comprehensive SDK. But as Sprout said, it's like we need to first like write scripts or functions to see, oh, check whether all those like cross-chain actions like are 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 confirmed on chain or not, like across different chains, right? And then the timing for the bridging is also dependent on the bridge, also depending on the construction of the network. So with that being said, like if you automate all the operations, you need to write like a lot of edge cases to handle both on-chain and off-chain the data written into the database. So that's why I say like I wanted to wait a little bit more longer for the infrastructure to become a bit more mature. So then I say, okay, I will automate everything like hands off, right? With like the minimized like manual input. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so that
For
was a
like
lot to take
for
in.
automating, yeah, that's a lot to unpack. But my main question is like to automate, I guess like especially for the crypto actions, right? No matter converting the tokens into different assets or do like cross chain bridging, do you think like it can be fully automated right now?
Define automated.
Automated means like you just write a script and you say, "Oh, I have this cron job. I will run this like daily or every single hour," and then I'm just like happy. Okay, it just like goes through. So for all my assets like transformation, assets conversion, or bridging, I purely just rely on this automated system.
I mean, I think like it depends on the quality of the SDKs, like you said.
Mm.
If you have like immutable smart contracts on chain, like yeah, like I think it's pretty stable, so then it's automatable. On the other hand, if you're like trying to do some like really fancy like cross-chain like intense smart order router BS, then like I think I wouldn't be surprised if I wrote like a cron job and then it like fell over after a week, right? Because something changed on like whatever SDK it's using. Or maybe that like it's like routing through a bridge and then they've like developed an upgrade and they deployed that and there's like some change. I think
Yeah,
there's all that. So usually like docs are also not very like
up to date.
accurate.
Yeah.
I think, like so, like, for me, like, I've, like, developed, like, a huge trust issue, like, because of crypto and AI in the past, like, 3 years, so now I just, like, literally never read docs. I don't read, like, docs, I don't read their Twitter, I don't read their website. I, like, don't read anything except for the Etherscan. I don't even read their GitHub because, like, the GitHub is, like, not what's on chain. So
Yeah.
I just, like, only read their Etherscan because I'm like, "This is the only thing I can trust."
Oh my god. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Even if I'm not coding, but just like you said, the protocol can just like one day wake up, or they are doing some like improvements in their SDK
Yeah, and
or
then
system.
your
Oh,
shit is just like
yeah, it stopped working. And then they don't even fucking bother to ping you in the Slack or in Telegram and tell you, hey,
yeah,
we
yeah,
changed
yeah,
this,
yeah,
we
it's
upgraded.
crazy, yeah, we run, like, a few validator nodes at Zullock, and it's just, like, sometimes they're just like, "Oh, yeah, guys, we, halted the chain last night by accident. Everyone needs to, like, upgrade to this hard fork, like, now." It's, like, very decentralized. They have, like, the
You
entire validator set in, like, a Discord group chat. It's, like, very decentralized.
Yeah, yeah, I get your point. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times when my users come to my Discord channel, right? They ask me, "Hey, Mina, did you have the cron set up? Is this 100% automated?" I'm sorry, it's not 100% automated, but it's not dependent on us. It's dependent on our DeFi like the underlying DeFi protocols.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
integrate like 10 different DeFi protocols. On any single day, they could change their smart contract or they can change their setting on their SDK. And we will not
Yeah.
know, okay? They very likely they will not alert us in advance. Very, very likely. And then we gonna figure out, okay, our cron job failed. What's going on? And then we will go check. And then
Yeah,
it
we
will
have to
take us,
play like a play like a fucking murder mystery to see like why is my shit broken? Like why is my
yeah,
automation broken? I have to like go
yeah,
in here like a detective and I'm like, okay, like which of these fucking services changed? I'm like, okay. Like
yeah.
we for example, we have to automatically, you know, like we have some stuff that's like streaming to us. For example, like some validator awards, we want to automatically sell them, but then like
Mm,
we get them on like some Cosmos chain, and then now we have to like, okay, where do we sell that? Okay, like Osmosis. Okay, but it's Cosmos, so we have to like first get it to Osmosis, so we have to IBC it there, and then we have to like, okay, well, what pool are we going to use on Osmosis, right?
yes.
And then we're like, okay, now we have this token. Okay, now how do we get this token into like fiat? So like now let's say now we have ETH. Okay, where do we put the ETH? Right?
Yeah.
How do I get USDC out of this? Okay, now we need a route between ETH and USDC. And now I have USDC on like Noble. And now I need to find a way to get either like the ETH, either I need to get the ETH back to like, you know, mainnet and then do a swap there, or I need to like do a swap between ETH and USDC on, I don't know, on like Noble or something, and then get the
Yeah.
Noble USDC back to like Circle. So it's like this whole thing.
Yeah. No,
And then like every part of this, there's like many different transactions, like any one of them could break. And it's like,
yeah, and you cannot write dependency like that. But people,
yeah, it's like
I
it's
think,
very unstable. Yeah.
yeah, and but I think normal people, normal user in the space, if they don't code, if they never deal with like smart contract, they will not know what you're talking about. They will be like,
They just
it's just
assume
a
like,
swap.
bro, just bro, just
Yeah,
like just swap it, bro. I'm like,
yeah. I'm
what,
like, what are you
they're
talking
like, what do you
about?
mean?
Yeah,
Like define swap, define swap. Like you, which one? This thing's like
yeah.
five fucking things, man. Like I have to like first like bridge from here to here, and then like swap there, and then it's like it's like it goes like fucking in circles and sideways. It's like this whole fucking thing.
I know. Okay, I feel you. I 100%. So here, like, just to explain to our audience, right? It's not like we are being super panicking about this. It's really the underlying smart contract, the APIs are not stable. Sometimes you get RPC limited, right? Because we are dealing with a lot of users. You need to get the balance across different chains. And then one day you're like, the cron job failed, and we're like, okay, we are limited. Oh my. Every day I wake up, there's like a different problem we're dealing with. But I guess like what we want to say is more like, please be a little bit more understanding because it's not just dependent on Sprout or on Zalek. It's actually dependent on like many, many different companies. And the reason why we're being super cautious of like not fully automating it is actually for the smooth running of the company, for the security of the funds, not for anything else. Like this sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but this is really due to the limitation of like the dependence on other SDKs. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, I
In-
mean, if all the dependencies were always stable all the time and their behavior was reliable,
mm,
you know, then we wouldn't need to have human in the loop in a lot of processes. But I would be lying if I said that there's no processes inside of Zelic that are just like someone is going to go like send a transaction or like someone is going to like move data from A to B. Like it's like really not ideal, but at the same time, like
mm.
if the inputs are not reliable, then you kind of have to have someone just like babysit it, which is like really lame. I shouldn't have to treat like our like back office like it's a like a few like perps position.
True. Yeah. I mean, I guess like going forward, I know now, right now, you guys get so much business, like for auditing, you can't even like go through everything. Like what are the most like common mistakes or what are the things that you guys will spend most on right now? And then going forward as the industry mature, right? Where do you think like all the smart contract auditing or the auditing service will be like helping them to avoid the pitfalls that they may potentially encounter?
So the question is like where do we focus like most of our time in the audit, and then like how is
Right
the
now,
auditing like industry going to evolve, right?
yes. Mm,
Yeah. So I think like I mean most of our time right now is spent like as always like on a thorough manual review of the code base. So there is no substitute for this. You kind of just have to like read all of the code and then think about all of the potential like ways that it cannot work. We find that a lot of bugs are still essentially coding mistakes. So these are things that are not like super gigabrain. It's just like, hey, like you are not doing this correctly. Another thing is like, for example, it depends on the type of protocol a lot. Like if we're auditing a perp desk, there's gonna be like, like half a dozen things that like they can get wrong, and then every time there's a perp desk, either Jazzy or Vax, who's like our head of like audits, he's gonna go to the auditors and be like, okay, guys, this is a perp desk. You guys, I'm sure you know this, but you have to check for things A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because they're gonna get at least one of them wrong. And then we go check for those things, and lo and behold, yeah, they got like two of them wrong, and now you can just like take all this stuff out of the perp stacks. So it kind of depends on like what kind of protocol you're auditing, right? If it's like Cosmos, like okay, we really care about like error handling, because if you don't, then you can like halt the chain.
Right. And
Oh, I
then
guess that's only one half of your question, right? Yeah.
yeah, and then so you're basically saying like depends on the types of the protocols. Then you already have a specific of area that you will be like focusing on. Do you guys like publish those information somewhere or not
Yeah,
really?
yeah, we actually do. We have like these extensive blog posts that are like security primers on like, okay, if you're like working on X, you should look for Y. If you're using
Mhm.
like A stack, then you should look for B issues. Yeah, like
Oh
we have a
wow.
very extensive series of blogs on that. You should check out our blog, zilliqa.io/blog, and it's free.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I will do it. Like I will also ping maybe under this tweet so that like people can all take a look at it. I think the audience, whoever will be curious, probably will be the developers for those different DeFi protocols. But I think it's gonna be super helpful. Then
Yeah.
and then please, second half, like how do you think like the auditing industry evolve, or how do you think like you guys gonna be focusing on the areas when you build out that more?
That's a very broad question. Do you have like a
Mm,
specific theme you want me to like kind of focus on?
yeah. I would say like let's say for AI agents, right? There are so many people are building like AI agent to AI agent. Like, what do you think? Like, what will be the potential like most important area that you guys will be tracking for the AI agents when you audit those
Uh,
AI agents?
so okay, the thing about AI agents is there's usually like 2 or 3 pieces that are really security critical. Most of these
Mm,
things are built using something like Privy, which I'm an angel investor of Privy. Okay, just had to get the plug in there. I love Henry. He's like a super awesome founder. Um, yeah. So for AI agents, the 3 main things is like, okay, how do they custody the crypto, and like where are the keys and how do they use the keys? So that's basically like, are you using Privy correctly? The second thing is like, if there's a web front end and users are connecting to their wallet to that front end, then that needs to be audited for like typical issues. For example, like a lot of people use a lot of people like end up with like XSS in their front end. And normally this is just like not a huge deal, but in crypto it is a huge deal, because then you can like propose malicious transactions and phish users, which I think at this point is like one of the number one ways users lose money. And finally, if there's smart contracts on chain, you need to audit the smart contracts, and whatever they do, I mean, it's going to depend on like the smart contracts themselves.
mm, mm, mm. Thank
Or
you.
are you asking about like AI auditing agents, as in like AI for like security and how that will affect stuff?
Oh, I didn't ask that question, but that would be interesting. There are some tools that they're saying, oh, they're automatically like scanning the different bugs, right? Do you think
Yeah.
they are useful at all?
I think they can be useful, but I think they're not going to be a replacement for like manual reviews until we have AGI.
Do you have a
And at
view
that
of
point, we can go home.
When are we going? I mean, do you keep track of the AGI development, like all the AI development? Like, what's your? I guess like if we just gonna do a blunt prediction, when are we going to have AGI?
Bro, fuck if I know. Do I look like Sam Altman to you?
No. We're just chit chatting, Luna. Come on.
Bro, you can't just like hold a gun to my head and be like, tell me when you're gonna fucking have AGI. Are you gonna really ask me like point blank, like, bro, what are your like AGI timelines? I'm gonna hit you with a classic. Okay, well, define AGI.
AGI.
Like what qualifies as AGI? Because there's some people out there who would say like, we already have AGI, just with what we have today, and then there's other people who are like, AGI will never be achieved because it's impossible,
I
right?
get
So
your
you
point, Luna. I get your
I'm
point.
working
I know.
very hard. I'm working very hard to dodge this question. You need to give me some break.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, fine. Okay, let's not talk about AGI.
I mean,
But
the truth
okay,
is like I don't know when there's gonna be AGI. Like like
yeah.
blind guess like 2035 maybe 20. I think like I don't know. Like my guess is good as any. I'm not an AI researcher.
True. But before, I guess like today we talk about like AI agent security, exploits, trust. Like I want to ask like some other questions. Like for you personally, like are you trading at all right now? Every day?
Yeah, I love losing money.
what, what are you trading? This is the last part of this like live stream. So we're gonna
Oh,
ask like some yeah.
uh-huh. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Have you heard of this exciting new coin? It's very innovative. It's called Fart Coin.
Are you first of all, are you really trading it? I of course I've
Yes.
heard it.
Yes,
You're
I
trading
love.
it right now. You
Yeah,
love trading Farcoin.
Jazzy got me into Fart Coin last week.
Okay, and why did you what's the rationale behind trading Farcoin?
Up only.
Okay, cool.
Like it has such a good name. It's like Fart Coin. I'm like, okay. That's a good
So
coin. That's a good fucking
so
coin.
so you just bought.
Yeah, last week.
Okay,
And
sounds
then
good.
this week I saw my Fart Coin.
With a profit?
Yeah, I love Fart Coin.
Wow.
Up only.
Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you, Luna, for sharing. And in a for AI usage, I mean, personally, are you like how are you using AI every day?
I don't know. I use Claude Code to vibe code random shit. Today I had to make an admin dashboard for something that we're building, and
Mm,
I was like, okay, people are blocked because they like ping me to like get access to shit, and then I'm like, all right, we're just gonna make a dashboard so people can self-serve this. And then I didn't know how to use like the Google Cloud CLI because I'm like
yeah.
a fucking caveman who only knows how to put shit in DigitalOcean droplets in dedicated servers. And yeah,
Mm,
it just like taught me how to use G-Cloud like with VPCs and like fucking everything. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And then I like
wow.
vibe code this fucking thing in Flask. It teaches me how to use like cloud SQL. I'm like, okay, this is great. I love this. It's like modern technology. And then yeah, I mean, like I use Claude. I basically don't use OpenAI at this point for my personal use because I think like it has a really annoying personality. Um, Everything about like ChatGPT, like okay, I'll use ChatGPT for like really like basic bitch shit. Like, can you tell me how to use this like dryer? Like, there's like a Japanese dryer and this like Airbnb washer dryer combo, and I need to like figure out how to like get it to do the fucking cycle
Mm,
that I want. I'm like, okay, translate this like dryer. But,
mm,
like, I'm never gonna actually ask it, like, I just really fucking hate ChatGPT's personality. It's, like, really, like, NPC, like, something about it's, like, really, like TS ATP PMO, you know? And then Claude is like a homie, although the problem with Claude is he always just, like, fucking agrees with you. So then, um, I basically only ask it to, like, give me, like for, like, factual questions. Yeah. I used Claude today because I was curious
Mm.
about like 2D Fourier transforms, and it was like teaching me all about these like Hermite polynomials and shit. I was like, that's like pretty PogChamp. I like learned some new math today because of that.
Wow. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I have seen people talk about the personalities of different AIs on the internet, right, across different platforms, but I never paid attention because usually I don't chat about those AI agents about like personal stuff. It's more like, okay, can you help me to research this, summarize the data, or I was just like, oh, what is this? And then it will give me like a more plausible or generalized answer, and then I will dig into like the details more. So just ask more detailed question. In that way, I guess I don't really feel the personality because I'm not saying, oh, what do you think of this, right?
No, even like when I like just ask it like questions, like I just like really don't like ChatGPT's personality. It's like really fucking confident about like wrong answers. I'm like, okay, man.
What
I
do
don't know.
you
I
do
just
you
I
remember like a vivid example of like it gives you a wrong answer?
I mean like there's no specific one I can think of. It's just like I don't know. It's just yikes.
It's just too confident. At the end of the day, I'm just telling you, I said this
Also,
like
like it uses
many.
like a lot of emojis, which like really like I find annoying. I'm like, I need answers, not emojis.
You can tell it like never use emoji. Mine doesn't give emojis at all.
Or you've trained her as well.
Yeah. Do you not save your prompt?
Uh, no.
So I would say, imagine you are this. Give me everything succinct, concise, and talk with technical terms, and then it will give me like super technical stuffs. And then, or sometimes, let's say if I want to work on a more creative project, I would say, oh, imagine you are the top tier creative director at this, and then I want to utilize this for more brainstorming process. Can you explain to me why you make this decision from A to B, B to C, C to D? And then can you give me like a couple of options? So in that way, like you tell it directly what you are using them for and what kind of answers and personality they should have. It should give you a better answer. Don't tell me you have never tried this. Like ask the ChatGPT to role play.
I used to do this a lot in my prompting. I personally don't do this anymore.
Mm,
Um,
because
I in fact I kind of do this, but more like auto regressively. I find
mm,
that my personality is so overwhelming in the way that I type and speak that within like one or two conversation turns in Claude, it's already like starting to talk like me. Like,
r-
um,
really?
yeah, like for example, Kaushik is someone who works at Zelig, and we were shooting this shit one day, and I had a screenshot of my chat with my Claude, and then he was like, "Your Claude types in lowercase," and I'm like, "Yeah, of course. He always types in lowercase." He's like, "How? Like you don't have memory on?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just like it takes on the personality of whatever you put in your prompt, but then because my prompt always is like me, uh, I
Mm,
guess I don't
mm.
know."
I get your point. I mean, the reason why I save different prompt is I wanted to act as with different personality and with different skill set, and I also asked them to kind of derive their personality and their way of talking based on like general public data. Um, because I I I think one thing that I'm always interested in is how other people think about or have their perspective about the world. And I think as a human being, if you never live their life, you can never have like an accurate feeling, right? Even though you try so hard. So the best thing I can do is derive based on data, and then as like ChatGPT is gathering all the data from people from different social class, from different countries, culture, careers, then they it's actually learning, right, to classify the different people's behavior. So if I can derive it from the models and get a better understanding of the world, then it's a lot of plus for me. So that's why like I'm doing the role playing. I ask it to intentionally doing the role playing, and I will do the cross checking across different AI models too.
That is a very advanced LLM use. I must say
Oh,
maybe I am not using LLMs to their full potential.
I think I'm still like an entry level user. But Luna, you remember there was one day I was chatting with you on the street, right? I was telling you, oh, like a lot of people say, oh, some of my friends, they're gonna say, "Oh, you behave like an AI," which you said some of your friends also say the same thing to you, right? Which, I yes, I feel bad, but on the other side, I'm like, I start to question. So what's truly the difference between human being and AI, right? Then I'm like, okay, let me do a little bit more research. If people are saying, "Oh, you behave like AI," is it because like every morning or every day I prefer more a scheduled life? I know what I like, so I just do A, B, C, D, E, or is there something else that they feel like, "Oh, you are more like AI?" Um, but I think this is a more like longer topic, and then uh, I think I would really like to do more like live stream with you, Luna, and then maybe you can vibe code something, or try to set up some small tooling so that like users can also utilize those small tooling. Because to be honest, like back to our original question, we were saying, oh, both of us are very autistic. But at the end of the day, like Luna and I, we are
What?
all.
I am completely normal. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Remember the
complete
beginning of the live stream? If you are a good friend of mine, you are like the at least 20% or 30% autistic. Come on.
I'm completely normal. I do not know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Luna is completely normal. Being as the top S tier white hat hacker in the space, plays CTF with his co-founder all the time. But but
I'm normal.
yes, we are all. I think no. I think this is one thing I heard from one of my friend, and I think this is so good. It's like everyone in this world is crazy. All you need to do is find the person that's as crazy as you do at the same frequency level. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that that's how we should view it, right? Because maybe like to some people, they're gonna view us as, oh, they are very crazy, they are very autistic, but that's fine. We find our friend groups and then we vibe, we do interesting things together. That's all it matters. And so I never just get discouraged by people saying, oh, Mina, you're an AI, or they will say, Mina, you're too autistic. I'm like, yes, I am who I am. Come on, dude.
That is such a mature and healthy like attitude. I love that for you.
Okay. You
Yeah.
have that attitude too, Luna. But I mean, before we end this live stream, I am so grateful of like you answering all those like my basic questions about security. I think the audience really want to hack into your brain, and then a lot of audience I know they are also very curious about like what a white hat hacker does every day, because people always treat you guys as like a very mysterious group of the industry, because you guys are doing great things, you guys are helping people, right? And then people also associate hacking with some like dark side of the society. So you being public and going on live stream with us, telling us all those like tricks is really really good. Like anything else you want to share, Luna, before we go offline?
Stay warm and stay safe out there. Yeah.
At least one important takeaway. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just trying to take more information out of you.
Yeah, I think like let's talk about AI. I think this is like a pretty interesting one. I
Yeah.
think like I think a lot of people are gonna get like cooked. Like their brain is gonna get fried by like AI. You have to be like really careful. Like the thing is you have to like remember that AI is just going to basically like agree with you most of the time because agreeing is like the most likely response. It's like the most likely completion. Um like if you have like some kind of like crazy part of your brain, AI is only going to amplify that. So you have to like really remember to stay grounded, I guess, is my kind of advice. And I hope
Yeah,
people like follow that. Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I was checking some statistics of like people committing suicide and going like mentally unstable. Okay, don't get surprised. It's because like I saw a report, and then there was basically this accusation about, oh, how OpenAI has lead more people to committing suicide. And then the reporter have published 10 or 20 different use cases as well as their chat history before they commit suicide with OpenAI. So basically, the ChatGPT is saying, "Oh, after you commit suicide, you're gonna be with me," something like that. Like that's the chat history, right? Which essentially all the person, their family, the person who committed suicide, their family is suing the OpenAI. But then people are comparing the statistics, saying, "Oh, actually, like the percentage of the people who committed suicide is versus every year versus the percentage of people commit suicide like over the chat gpt, like that percentage is lower, so people are just like arguing basis on like the percentage difference and say, oh, people have mental problem is normal, right? That the statistics is not going up because of people have ai, like maybe ai contributed in a way like it accelerates the process of like people have that sort of like community suicide, but it that they are basically claiming like there are already many people have like mental problem. AI may be just like mitigating it, and it's uncertain at this point. Like say, or clinically or statistically speaking, what are the effects of that? But more, I guess, objectively speaking, what you just said is 100% correct, right? AI agrees with you all the time, and it wouldn't behave like a more objective judge because they want to increase the user retention and usage. And human being psychology works only when they are being feeling heard and agreed upon. So it's more profitable for all those AI agents and the model developers to fine tune their model so that like it has statistically it agrees with you more than it disagree with you.
Yeah.
So do spend a lot of time with your friends, your loved one, and family, and just go out. Take a look at the
Touch
flowers.
grass. Touch some
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
grass.
yeah, 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 yeah. I really feel that. Like, and then it's also dangerous, like to start like literally like using the chatting function with AI. This is what they found in statistics. Of course, it has some high correlation, but basically they say if you are starting to use the voice chatting function with AI, that just means shows you have developed a higher codependency or higher emotional connection with AI. So maybe that's the time when you're gonna feel a little bit alert. Mm.
Yeah, I never used the voice feature. I think that shit's cooked. I would never use the voice chat in a with an AI app. Like something about it just like really gives me like uncanny valley. Like I just can't do it.
I actually used it once because I just hate typing. I sometimes when my nails
No, no,
grow
no, no.
really, really long.
I will use the voice dictation to like okay, I'm like a fucking crazy person. People like see me talking to my phone because like it's faster than typing. And like
Yeah,
Apple's like speech to text has gotten like pretty good.
yeah.
Um I'll just be like a fucking crazy person like waiting for my train in New York. Like just like talking to my phone, I'm like, okay, guys, we have to like redesign this like login flow. This is not going to work. Like this is like there's too much friction in onboarding. And I'm just like talking to my phone and like this is like going in like a work chat
Mm.
or like I don't know. I would use that with like ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, but I would like never like use the feature where like talks back at me. I'm like you, like that's kind of not very
I
good.
I tried once. You know why? I think
Why?
at that time, first of all, I was feeling very sad those 2 days, and second is also like I I kind of want to close my eyes and then I don't want to look at the screen because looking at the screen too long makes your eye tiring. So I just like
Yeah.
instead of like typing with the chat GPT, I just use it. So I have to say like people will have vulnerable moments uh whenever it's not, I guess it's not a bad thing if you want to seek someone to cope with you or talk about your problem. Don't feel that like you are the edge case, like everybody has those moments, right? But what you need to be aware of is like if you are really developing a dependency on that, then probably you really really need to seek professional help. For me it was just like a one night thing. I was like, oh, I need to do this. But then after the next day, I told you, Luna, right? Whenever I wake up, there will be like 10 different group chats that needs my response. I'm like, okay, I kind of forget what was bothering me last night.
Okay, we're done crying. We have to lock in now. It's time to lock the fuck in.
Anyways, did you dye your hair again, Luna?
Uh, I dye it once every like 2 to 3 weeks. I dyed it
Mm,
before I came on this trip, and
mm.
then it's probably gonna be green by the time I go back.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Anyways, we can go dye our hair. I'm thinking actually to dye a lighter color for the winter, but I have not
Yeah, yeah,
decided.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
No, I think you should. I
uh,
think you should stay with a warm color because I think warm color is best for the winter, and then a
mm,
cool color is better for the summer. I actually like. I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep my blue hair because it's very quirky. It was like an experiment because I wanted to just get it done at least once. But I'm thinking I might go back to like brown hair because uh, I think I might have like a warm skin tone. I'm not 100% sure.
you
Um,
can do a testing in South Korea or Japan. Just find a local shop. They will tell
really.
they will do a full color test on your skin. They will tell you like what clothes of color match you the best. What you should use for your hair. What you should use
Right,
for
you gotta
like
you gotta you gotta tell me how to get this. This is like crazy. This is tech. I gotta know this. I gotta like know what my skin undertone balance is. People have been trying to
yeah.
pill me on this, and I had a hard time understanding it.
I don't know the ones in Japan. I know definitely there are some famous one in Korea, but I will go on Redbook and look for some places maybe for you.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Let's do some Xiaohongshu. Yeah, that sounds great.
小红书. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for being with us for the last like 76 minutes, 53 seconds. Me and Luna really enjoyed the conversation. I hope Luna you're enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, Minute,
And
I love hanging out with you anytime.
yes. Me too. Heart. Anyways, enjoy
Yeah.
the rest of your Japan trip and enjoy your CTF in Nanjing with your co-founder. And whenever you are back in New York City, let's hang more. But before that, I will hit you up for more like live streaming, like we should hang out virtually, in person, everything. And everybody, please stay safe, stay warm, stay happy out there.
All right, bye.
Bye.